Greetings, fellow conquerors, and welcome back to Byzantium here in EU4, where we are on the march to Crimea to take some of Genoa's lands. It looks like Genoa is trying to land an army near Jandar, but Jandar is gonna defend us, I think. He can do this. Oh, he's gonna meet him. He's gonna meet him at the strait. Genoa's taking a -3. Jandar has higher morale. It's a massacre for the Genoans. Beautiful. Can we get access? Will Wallachia give us access? I don't think he will. No, he doesn't want to give us access. Well, that's just kind of rude, man. I mean, here I am, winning a war, and you won't give me access. Well, let's stop taking attrition then. And we'll go ahead and pick up Diplotech 11 while we're at it. It looks like Jandar's going for the stack wipe. He's got this. He did it! Our Turkish vassal has destroyed the Genoese army. I'm so proud of him. Now, I'm pretty sure we can crush the Genoese fleet. But, we want to repair our ships first to avoid taking any casualties. Now, I am a little bit worried about call for peace, but I really just want to, take a fort so we can get some of that land in Mantrega. But we're going to go crush the Genoese fleet real quick. Let's see, this army has the cannon, so let's automatically transport. Get that over with. Unfortunately, this looks like Jandar's fleet's going to get sunk as a result, but, I mean, it's okay. They're our vassal. They'll recover. Conquer Iso. Oh, right, Karaman owns that province. Will the coalition ever go away? I don't know. It's a good question. We're certainly worried about it. Let's see, Castile has actually rivaled us, amazingly. Or maybe not so amazingly, but whatever the case, we're sending troops. Wallachia is still upset with us. We've sunk the rest of the Genoese navy, so they shouldn't be an issue anymore. And we'll go ahead and begin our siege of Kuban. Now, we do have to worry about Ottoman separatists rising up in one of our provinces. They're going to rise up in Biga and Tek. Okay, that's fine. Let's get our troops down. There is a 13 stack of Genoese troops here. I am a little bit concerned about that, but we'll see what happens. We are tech ahead of them. We also have defensive ideas, so even as such, probably won't be an issue. We do get the call for peace, which I was a little bit worried about, but I really want to take one of these, take this province here in Crimea, but he won't give it to us because we don't own a fort yet. Which, like, whatever, it's fine. Just, let's win the siege as fast as possible. Ooh, the Ottomans have entered the coalition, probably to save their own skins more so than any thoughts of actually trying to defeat us. We do actually have a fairly sizable coalition of like 7 nations, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. Alright, we've converted yet another province. We will convert the province of Mentees next. Just get all these Sunni provinces out of the way. Let's see, the port for Mantrega is on the outside. We won a 7% on the siege. That's beautiful. That is actually awesome. And I think this is all we want, for being honest. It might cause Genoa and Venice to join a coalition, but we'll just take Mantrega for the time being, have it kind of be like a territory, and then just take all the ducats. We could stop him from having his alliance with Venice, but on the other hand, having an alliance with Venice would be preferable to other, people. So let's go ahead and take this as the peace deal, as well as Schio, of course. And now that that's done, we have wrested complete control of the Aegean once again. It's a thing of beauty, really. Kind of brings a tear to my eye, It's beautiful. Anyway, we could build our first factories. However, the autonomy in the provinces appears to be so bad that it would just be kind of like a waste of money. However, in Athens, we could actually get 0.3 more ducats per month, which will take a while to pay itself off. But you know, it's 0.3 ducats. It's nothing. It's really good for, you know, a building. Serbia once again wants to become a march. Unsurprising. And we really want this coalition to just end, you know? Like, please, leave the coalition so I can attack you, Wallachia. Wallachia has left the military coalition against us. That was your first mistake. Well, we're going to start fabricating more claims on Wallachia. They're probably going to be our next target, for being honest. It's a shame that, like, all this land they've taken is now permanently 50% more coring costs. Oh, hey! Since our Basilius is an embezzler, we actually get a good event for this corruption event. We can gain 5 prestige since we already are corrupt, I guess. I'm not saying that Hungarians are corrupt people, but our Hungarian is a corrupt man. He's an embezzler. He's also a mercenary negotiator, but we haven't had to use mercs yet, so not particularly worried about that. We have gained about 3 more force limit for our efforts here. You know, once again, pretty nice. Looks like England has formed Great Britain, and Sligo is still alive for the time being. He's probably dead very soon here. Amazingly, Denmark has held both of the unions, which is just impressive. But we've got 1 stack of Ottoman separatists threatening to fire here in Teak. And as for everyone else, we do have to worry about like some other rebellions happening here. I'm actually going to preemptively build a bunch of transports so that we can actually, you know, get our troops some, you know, places. Build 6 of them. And let's get the fleet back home. Get them repaired and have some of these ships start, you know, protecting trade in Constantinople. See, can we build the naval force limit building? Oh yeah, they don't have that anymore. No, they do. It's the shipyard. Well, yeah, let's build shipyards so we can actually get more of a navy. Getting the regimental camp to get a higher land force limit would be pretty nice as well. But I think I want more boats for the time being, since boats will actually kind of like, you know, pay dividends. In the sense that, like, when they start trading, you know, we'll get more, you know, money from it. Power projection is currently 76. Legitimacy is going up by 1.35 every year, which is pretty good. You know, Hunyadi is certainly proving himself to be pretty good. By the end of his life, we can expect him to have something like a 75 to 80 legitimacy, which, you know, is pretty good. But apart from that, you know, we're not really worried about his legitimacy ever being anything of note. Let's go ahead and pick up Tech 11. Admin Tech 11 is actually pretty good just because it allows you to build textile manufactories, which are like some of the best kind, just because I think it's silk or cloth, I think it's called, is such a high value trade good. Like if we go to the economic map mode for a second, look at trade goods. Like for example here, it's cloth, that's what it is. And then Huda Vendigar actually has silk, which would be worth even more probably. Let's see, we check our autonomy map mode. We've got some really good, like, low autonomy provinces here, which I'm pretty excited about. Alright, let's keep converting. We've converted the majority of the Muslim provinces in our lands. Our Inquisitor is still only 43 years old. He does have he has a 2% yearly death chance now, which kind of sucks, but, you know, whatever. You know, I've been playing a lot of XCOM 2 lately, and, you know, I think of, like, you think of, like, 2%'s not that much, and then, like, in XCOM, you miss a 2% shot, and you're like, well, sorry, you miss a 98%, so you had, like, a 2% chance to miss overall. If any of you have played that game, let me know. I've actually been thinking about doing, like, a Let's Play of it, if I'm being honest, but I don't know if my PC could, like, run it that well. That being said, let's, you know, without getting too ahead of ourselves. Get our transports back up. We have these. See what kind of transports are these? These are flutes. Okay, interesting. And currently, at full unit maintenance, we're making 10 ducats a month, even with a level 2 advisor. So that's like crazy. We should hire a level 2 Diplo advisor then, as well, I think. Although, ooh, we have a better relations over time advisor, and so I think we absolutely hire him to help get rid of this like coalition, even though we have negative 230 aggressive expansion with one of our neighbors. He's not leaving the coalition. He never will. See, we have Catholic zealots in Athens, and there's actually quite a few of them as well. So we're going to hire another general. He's a 1-2-3. So let's get him back, and let's see. We currently have 16 transports. So let's go grab the majority of the army here. How close are these guys to firing? We've got a Trebizondian separatists. Oh, and they're, of course, the second we leave, they're the Ottoman separatists. Well, let's go kill the Ottoman separatists first while we get the rest of the fleet here. Not going to be a pretty fight, but, you know, we got to take it as we roll 1s and 2s, and... Hey, we got a 7! Oh, there's the 9 at the end of the fight. Lose a little bit of manpower. Hopefully not too big of an issue. See, we could lose 25 Diplo power for 1 mercantilism, and I think we absolutely do that over losing trade efficiency. Doesn't really... You know, mercantilism, I know it's supposed to be really good. I've never really seen it do that much for me. Like, every time it gets raised, I don't really see that much of a change in income from, like, trade. So, I don't know. I guess my opinion of it is, like, I'm like, it's supposed to... I've heard it's really good from, like, especially, like, watching, Shen, you know, Shenru 2. He, like, goes crazy over mercantilism. But, like, every time I get it, I'm just like, what is, like... Doesn't really seem to do all that much. Alright, so the Athenians do have a 1-6 general, which is pretty terrifying, honestly. But let's give our troops another month to recover. And they're going to arrive, let's see. We're going to wait 5 days. Make sure these troops all arrive on at the same point. If we spent 111 ducats and 15 admin power, we could get national unrest -1 till the death of our ruler. And I think we absolutely do that. And this is a brutal battle, just because, you know, our shock is just not there. Yeah, we lost more than we killed there with those rebels, just because they had that 6 shock general. Just absolutely insane for this point in time. That's going to cost us a lot of manpower. But oh, humanist is a bad idea, group. Because that wouldn't have happened if we'd had it. Anyway. Let's convert the last Sunni province that we have until such, you know, just to before our Inquisitor dies is the main thing. Do we really feel like dealing with these Trebizondian separatists? I mean, it's 1 province with 5 development. I think I'm just going to go ahead and raise autonomy, and that should probably stop the rebels before they ever fire in the first place. Now, the Cretan separatists, I do think we want to deal with. But right now, let's see. What is this area? Is this all the same area? It's the Western Aegean, I guess. Let's core them fully. Yeah, I'll spend 111 admin. Perfectly reasonable. And more importantly, that should like lower the autonomy a bit and get it down to yeah, 34%, which is pretty good. Get us another 5 force limit, which I'm pretty excited about. We're going to train another 2 cavalry. Get some of these Eastern Hussars. And I think we want to get another artillery as well for this army. And this army needs another infantry. Well, both armies will use like 1 more infantry, I guess. Tarnovo. Let's see, it's this province here. Let's invest in better production, since it's a iron province. And its irons are really good, like trade good. Especially once like the event fires later on in the game that makes it worth more. We are going to pick up the next diplomatic, or influence idea, I should say. Which is going to give us diplomatic annexation costs down. Really good idea. Now, unfortunately, Serbia is not fabricating claims because if you don't have, I think it's Mare Nostrum or the Cossacks, one of those two that I don't have, then you can't actually get your vassals to fabricate claims on provinces you want them to fabricate claims on. And the AI tends not to expand outside of their culture group anyway, so... Let's see. I'm trying to see here. I was hoping that Jandar would actually fabricate on Trebizond so that we could take their land, but it doesn't really seem to be the case. That being said, we're just going to have to wait, I guess, for an opportunity to present itself. Although, it's worth mentioning, the Wallachians are, you know, looking like a pretty tempting target right about now. They've left the coalition. They only have 15k troops. They have no allies, even though they could probably have allies, all things considered. But that being said, that's going to be the end of this episode, so thank you for joining me, my fellow Romans, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.